Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the City of Guilds, comes a new terror, Ravnica 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Plastic Cactus here, taking a break from my old buddy Talrand Commanderland in order to bring to you a Return to Ravnica release draft. Now, I was a huge fan of the original Ravnica, as were most of you, I am quite certain, so this should be some fun. I did a pre-release draft and a pre-release sealed. Didn't record either of them. I did very well in my sealed. I lost one match, but it was against somebody who was playing like 15 insane Golgari rares, all of them. He had 2 abrupt decays, and he had the fucking lol troll and all that business, so I was fine losing to that. But in the draft I did very poorly. I won the first match barely and was out pretty early the second match. So this format is going to take some getting used to. I'm going to do a 4-3-2-2 just because I am not 100% certain that I'm going to be doing well again. Let's find out together, shall we? Okay, so first pick here. Wayfaring Temple is quite good in a Selesnya deck, but awful anywhere else. So what else do we have? Street Spasm is a fine spell. Good against everything except for Azorius, really, because they come at you with the flyers. Rakdos Charm is fine. They're better charms. Izzet Charm, on the other hand, is wonderful. And Augur Spree is a solid removal card. What I found last time I played is everybody was Rakdos. So I'll probably end up getting cut off. If I choose Augur Spree first, it might be a bad idea because everyone else is probably going to be Rakdos right now as well. But it is probably the correct pick. I mean, there's some other fine cards here. Tristani's Judgment is removal. Launch Party, more removal is good. The Guildgate's always good. I think Runewing's alright. But I think the real pick here is Izzet Charm. Simply because, like I said, everyone's going to go Rakdos, probably. I gotta be the guy who isn't. Oh my god. See, but then things like this happen. If I pick the Augur Spree, I would have the Cackler right now. And I feel like maybe it's the mistake. But I could play the Cackler as Izzet. I don't have to just play it as Rakdos. So I think it's the pick anyway. The Gorehouse Chainwalker is also something that we could use. I hope the Guildgate wields. I would also play an Action Injunction. I would also be willing to go Azorius Izzet as well, which I find is a very good archetype. Yeah, so we're going to pick the Cackler because it's the best card here. And here we go. Alright, next up, we have Removal and Stab Wound, sort of. And Knightly Valor is one of the few enchantments that actually, auras that actually is really great in drafts. But I'm going to hold off on it right now, because the Electromancer, if I'm building the deck I think I'm going to be building, will be very useful. Then again, Syncopate also fits in that deck, and I feel like the Electromancer will wheel before the Syncopate does. So we're going to choose Syncopate and hopefully get the Electromancer back. I would settle for Runewing. A lot of people don't know Knightly Valor is fantastic in this format yet, so that might wheel as well. We'll see. Syncopate it is. Alright, Teleportal. Teleportal it just wins games. It's baby's first Overrun, but in colors that normally can't play Overrun. So that's almost certainly the pick. What else do we got? Chemist's Trick, it's the poor man's Teleportal. If the Teleportal is the poor man's Overrun, then Chemist's Trick is the poor man's Teleportal. I'd be willing to play one if it came around again, but I wouldn't be the happiest person in the world to do that. Golgari Charm's pretty great. I like it anyway. I find the regenerate. I mean, when I played this twice already, and I've used it as a regenerate both times, but it was a pretty good trick. I would play. What would I play on return? Obviously, the Axebane Guardian's a fantastic card, but there's no Gruul or Simic, so it'll be harder to play. So we're gonna take the Teleportal and see what happens next. Okay, so I can splash black and have the Rage Mutt, or I can splash white and do the Dramatic Rescue. Now is the time to decide, because Aqua Seed is horrible, Inspiration is playable, but not as good as Dramatic Rescue and the Rakdos Mutt, and I do not like the Vashino Racketeer pretty much at all. So the choice here is the Rage Mutt or the Rescue, and it's going to decide the rest of the game. In the deck I want to make, I think the Rescue is the pick, but Rage Mutt, this might be a mistake, but we're going to go with it. We're going to commit. Azurius Izzet. Here we go. Okay, I would play the Familiar, but it's not great. There are better cards. Yeah, I'd take the Valor over the Familiar. I'd take the Minotaur Aggressor over the Familiar. That maybe not. But the Tenement Crasher is a good sneaky son of a bitch and a fine finisher for what I'm doing right now, especially if I Teleportal him in. That's a 7 damage. Hasted even, perhaps. So this is the pick, I believe. The Tenement Crasher. Again, I would definitely play the Knightly Valor. And I'll probably get one past my way eventually, so we'll see what happens in that department. But for now, it's the Crasher. Another Izzet Charm. There's no reason not to take this. This is exactly what I want to be doing right now. Although I like Slum Reaper. If I had went with the dog there, the Lifelink dog, I certainly would be picking up the Slum Reaper as well. But I made my bed, and I'm going to stick to it. Izzet Charm it is. Izzet Guildgate. The Paralyzing Grasp and the Electrickery are fine, especially the Paralyzing Grasp. I find Electrickery is a little clumsy in this format. There are very few X1s. But I think I'd just rather the Guildgate over the Paralyzing Grasp in general. I think probably you want to pick up 2 or 3 Guildgates, or 2 Guildgates and one of those promenades? Yeah, one of those promenades. So yeah, we're going to go with the Guildgate and see what happens. And speaking of which, we could do this other Guildgate, or I could pick up a second Tenement Crasher, and then my late game is pretty good. And that's probably what I'm going to do. There'll be more opportunities to pick up the Guildgate, I feel. Perhaps, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. And do I just want to cancel here over the Chemister's Trick? I think maybe I do. My early game, obviously, is shit plus. So I think cancel could be useful. Over the Chemister's Trick for sure. Yeah. Need some more creatures. Like to play at least 12 in the Control-y deck that I'm hopefully building. The Armory Guard is a fine defender, and if I pick up a few more Guildgates, then he'll be a fine attacker as well. So it is the pick. And this card fucking blows, man. It is such a shitty card. Look at that stupid Caracal. Ugh. Hey, buddy, look at my helmet. Why did you even put a helmet on the Caracal? I don't know, man. I'm not a fan. I don't like it at all. But I like Aqua Seed even less. This is the stupidest fucking creature that Magic has ever seen, and I would rather die than play him. So, Doorkeeper it is, which I will almost certainly just be using as a wall. And it's a fine card. It serves that purpose. I mean, a 0-4 for 2 is very good, and Sideboard Sundering Growth is another fine pick. So, we're doing alright so far in these early picks. Would have liked a Balm Rare as my first go, but really the Wayfaring Temple, oh god. But then again, the Selesnya's Voice pairs up quite well with that Temple. Alright. I like Skywatch, but nobody else seems to, so I find it comes around quite a bit. Yeah, I probably won't be playing the Trostani Selesnya's voice unless it's so clear that Selesnya is just incredibly open and I cut. I don't know, I guess I cut. Shit. I don't. I just have to focus on. I don't know. I lost my train of thought because I just don't know how I'd be able to do it. Is what it comes down to. So I think I do pick the Trostani Selesnya's voice because it is a mythic and there's nothing insane that I'm missing out on over it. I would play the Fairy Imposters. I would play the Skywatch. I'm certainly going to see Skywatch again. Maybe even this Skywatch. But that's really it. There's nothing else that strikes me as a must-play. So we're going to do Trostani and likely not play her. That is not playable either. Rixmati Guildmage is a fantastic card. Somebody's going to be very happy with that. It's not going to be me. Unfortunately, I will pick up the Electromancer, though. Nice early creature, which I need. That helps out my counters and hopefully many more instants and sorceries that I pick up. And what do I do here? The Chainwalker and the Shred Freak. The Shred Freak will not suit my deck very well. The Chainwalker might, just as something early that can trade, but the Songbird and the Songbirds will work better with Teleportal, and Armory Guard holds the fort down better. Since I don't have any 3-drop creatures, I think it's going to be the Songbirds. Yeah, for sure. And, what's next? Oh, yeah, the Guildmage. I would hate to pass the Annihilating Fire, but Guildmage is extremely useful. Oh, shit. Is it more useful than Annihilating Fire? This is a tough pick for me. Yeah, I don't think... How many instants and sorceries do I even have? I've got 2 Izzet Charms, Dramatic Rescue, Teleportal, Cancel, and Syncopate don't really count. So, I mean, I have some good stuff to copy with the Guildmage. Copying Izzet Charm and Dramatic Rescue and anything else I pick up eventually is what I want to be doing in this deck. Annihilating Fire, I'll get, I'll kill a creature and it'll be awesome, but Guildmage will be helping me out for the entire game. In theory, this might be wrong. I'm new at this format, but I'm going to pick the Guildmage. We'll see what happens. Counterflux as just a counter, I guess that's okay. I mean, what would I take over it? It's just another cancel. Let's see. I don't have enough enchantments to make that work. Electricity really isn't all that great, but it might be better than Counterflux right now. Doorkeeper, I could pick up 100 of those. I think I will pick up the Electricity. I feel bad passing that Annihilating Fire. It could be that, I could kill a 3-drop by blocking with, a 3 toughness creature by blocking with my Armory Guard and then casting Electricity. I'll play one. Plus, this is a better counter anyway for what I'm trying to do. Yeah, Essence Backlash, Knightly Valor. Again, I would like to pick one up, but I think I'd rather have an Essence Backlash for now. So we'll do that maybe. You know what? No, the Key Rune. I gotta pick the Key Rune. The Key Rune help ramp me a little bit of mana, help fix my mana, and a 2/2 flyer in the air. It's just something that this deck definitely needs. More so than Essence Backlash, and certainly more than Knightly Valor. So, Azurius Keyron sold. Hover Barrier. Sorry about that. But I got excited because I don't understand how this is still going around. Am I the only one playing blue whatsoever? This thing holds down everything. Everybody else who's going to play their giant creatures, the Selesnya and Rakdos decks, they will not be able to get by my Hover Barrier. And this is a This is a guild gate, if I ever saw one. Blister Coil, weird. I played it before. You can pretty much make it a 2/2 in this kind of deck. A surprise block with a 2/2, but that's not that great. Certainly not as important as my second guild gate. I would like to pick up an Azurius guild gate, and then I'm good with guild gates. I like Eyes in the Sky. I'll play this. Surprise, motherfucker! Here's 2 birds. Why not? Always works. More so the Mizium skin. Now, that's really a sideboard card. Whereas Eyes in the Skies is a main deckable Street Sweeper as just a 4/6 for 6. Not exciting. Certainly his Destroy All Auras attached to target land thing is not relevant unless I play someone playing that Phyrexian Arena enchantment. I don't remember what it's called. I'll pick up a Cobble Brute, and if I'm short on playables, well, he works well with Teleportal. And yeah, this will be my sideboard Mizium skin against the crazy removal deck, or just the guy who picked up my Annihilating Fire. Dispel, again, another fine sideboard card. Maybe even main deckable in certain scenarios. Right? But really, it's a sideboard card. Another Cobble Brute, or this guy trades early on. I guess it's better to my early game blows. I'll pick up the Courier. Not that my late game is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Get rid of this trick. But, you know, Tenement Crashers can do some work. They are fine creatures. Alright, so what do we need? Carnival Hellsteed. That's a great card. Is it worth splashing the black for it? The 1 black. Man, I feel like it is. The only other... I would take Vassal Soul or Soulsworn Spirit. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to rare draft. It would be too hard for me to play this in the deck I've crafted right now. Yeah, it's not even really what I'm supposed to be doing in this deck. I just get excited. It's a great card. I'm going to pick the Soulsworn Spirit. Unblockable, detain their best dude. Sure. Vassal Soul might wheel. So my Dynacharge, I would play 1 Dynacharge and only 1 Dynacharge. This fucking guy will certainly wheel because he's not that great, but he is fine as a one-of, especially in the kind of deck I have right now where I want to be sifting through my poo cards so I can get a good one. But as far as the choice here, it's clearly Soulsworn Spirit for the deck that I am building. Really? I'm not going to say no to another Izzet charm. I'm just the king of Izzet over here. Yeah, this is really not even close. I like Sunspire Griffin, but the double white's a little hard. This usually won't be coming out on turn 3. I'll take it if it wheels, and it might. That's something I see wheel. And the Avenging Arrow is also, like, okay removal. Certainly playable. Although this guy really needs to have his eyebrows trimmed a little bit. They look like slugs or leeches over his eyes. Not cool, man. And again, lots of good black cards coming around. I guess it was a little more open than I expected. But too little too late. Izzet charm it is. Now then. It might finally be time for the Knightly Valor. Indeed, I think it is. Splatter Thug is a pretty sweet card. Dread Reveler is really good too. Man, the one time I don't pick Rakdos and it's relatively open, really? Splatter Thug is a better card than Knightly Valor. If I use him more as a defensive dude, then instead of unleashing him, it might be okay. It'll hold down the fort a little bit until my Crashers and Teleportal could come online. No, Knightly Valor on a flyer or Soulsworn Spirit. That's how I'll win, though. This will delay the game, but this will just help me win it. So, Knightly Valor it is. Okay, Annihilating Fire. I wanted you, and you came to me. Thank you, friend. I don't know why this Rakdos Cackler's here, really. I shouldn't be playing it, but that's fine. That's fine. He's a good card. I'll probably unleash him every time on turn 1, get the guy in the back foot, and which will be a trick. But with my second Teleportal, he's extra good. I really like Teleportal a lot. It's a fantastic card. My 2-drops, obviously, are fucking amazing. Alright, so cancel or a second Knightly Valor. I'm not going to main deck Batterhorn. I'm also probably not main decking Electricity rather, so I certainly don't need a second one. Alright. Between 2 Knightly Valors and 2 Tenement Crashers, I think I'm good for late game. And then that's it. So, I guess I'll hide, just for now, I'll hide my lands. So really, I gotta cut one more card from this. I'll certainly play another Dramatic Rescue, though. Damn, my 2-drops. They're really good. And I mean, one more creature would be ideal, I guess. And what do I cut to? I gotta cut 2 things. The Doorkeeper is 1. Shit. No, okay, I'll keep the Doorkeeper and I'll cut the Courier. No. Decisions! I'll worry about it later. It'd be great if I got a couple more Azurius dudes that detain, but I think the ship has sailed on that. Do I guess Viashino Racketeer. I said I'd play 1. He does run in there with Teleportal. Yep, I'll play 1. And I guess I will. I'm not gonna do Dynacharge now. I already have too many playables. I guess I'll just steal the Spawn of Rixmati from whoever. Yep. And I don't know, are there any artifacts I'd even want to kill in this set? Just people who play a lot of key runes, maybe. So, whatever, sideboard, that's fine. Dead Reveler from the Rakdos deck, sure. He's a good card. None of these are good cards, but I'll take the one in my colors for no reason. I'm gonna have to make some cuts because I do need to play a couple more creatures. I'll have to play that Courier probably. Sure, Chronic Flooding. All right, see you later. Crossdown Courier. I probably won't main deck cancel. I'd like to, but I probably won't. The Izzet Charms and the Syncopate are probably plenty for counters. Really like that Hover Barrier. That's staying. Seller of Songbirds will give me 2 creatures to send in with Teleportal. Electromancer makes everything cheaper. Or rather, what does it make cheaper? Let's be honest here. Eyes in the Sky, Syncopate, and Annihilating Fire. That's really it, right? But it's still worth it. Alright. Putting in what I'm certainly playing. And what I may be playing. I will have to play a Courier. Nope. Hover Barrier. Don't think you're going to make it cancel. Spirit, Syncopate. Let's put it in the maybe. Sideboard. I'll play one of you. This. I'll play the Cobble Brute. Works well with Teleportal. Batterhorn. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. And then what do we got over here? Dramatic Rescues. Teleportals. Guild Mage. All 3 Izzet Charms. Electromancer, and the Cackler. So, the obvious choice to cut, if I have to cut 2 things, and I think I do. Yeah, I mean, I only have 2 Guild Gates and a Key Rune. I really need to play the full 17 lands here for clearly a 3-color deck. The smart move, I guess, is Cackler, but then I'm down to 11 creatures, and that doesn't seem good. I guess you could argue the Knightly Valor counts as creatures, and that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I have to do. But you know what? If that's the case, I might as well just cut the courier and just have a 2/2, unleashed cackler for 1 instead. So all right, we'll take care of the courier, and then we'll cut something else as well. I mean, Eyes in the Sky works pretty well with my Knightly Valor as well. It's a good surprise card. It's really good. I think it's the thing I have to cut, but it's such a disappointment. No, I can't. It's their flyers. They'll get in there with teleportal as well. Shit. Do I just cut the hover barrier and sight it in against dudes who play big decks? I mean, big creatures? I mean, the Knightly Valors are going to give me some nice blockers. The Tenement Crashers can block in a pinch. Cobble Brute can trade for almost anything that doesn't have first strike. I'm pretty aggressive with these 2 teleportals, to be completely honest, and 2 dramatic rescues as well, and enough removal. Maybe I am super aggressive. Well, moderately aggressive enough. So maybe I do just get rid of the hover barrier. I wouldn't be attacking with it anyway with my teleportal, obviously, because it's a defender. Ugh. Decisions. All right, we'll run it like this, and we'll see what happens. Oh, let's add the guild gates, and then suggest. No, I don't need any black friend. I think I just want to do 5/5/5 because I don't have. Yeah, 5/5/5 sounds pretty good because I've got the 2 Izzet guild gates. So really, it's like I have 7/7 for the islands and mountains, and then I just have the key rune for the plains. So yeah, this works. And submit.